Welcome into the studio, guys. Today is episode 1 of our quick and efficient workout series. In this episode, we're going to be focusing on a workout for the deltoids or the shoulders. Each episode of this series is going to cover a different body part and use either dumbbells, body weight, or very, very simple minimal equipment. This is stuff that you can do in any gym, whether it be a commercial gym, a hotel gym, or even home with dumbbells. We're going to keep the workouts, again, quick and efficient to help you maximize your time. So let's get into our efficient shoulder workout. All right, folks, so to make this workout more efficient, we're gonna take advantage of exercise couplets or supersets. Supersets are back-to-back exercises that target the same muscle group usually. There are supersets that target different muscle groups. We would call those antagonist paired sets. These are going to be supersets for the same muscle. They're going to be for your shoulder region. However, we're going to train the delts and the traps here by going from an overhead press into a shrug. I'm going to show you how we do that, but let's first start with the overhead press. So the overhead press can be done standing with dumbbells, or it can be done seated on a bench. To take advantage of getting the most out of my core, and frankly, many of you not having a ton of equipment, we're going to do a standing shoulder press for our first exercise of the day. So you get the shoulders kind of set right at kind of hip width. You don't want to be way out here. You kind of want to be in tight. And by keeping your core tight and pressing up overhead, coming down under control, you're hitting your deltoids and your triceps. You can go for about 10 to 12 reps here. Coming down under control is really important with these. It's easy to throw them up and just drop, but you really do want to control the eccentric portion of the lift. Okay, so first exercise being a press and a compound means we're getting the deltoid, we're sneaking a little tricep anytime we press, but all 3 heads of the deltoid come to play on that press, which is fantastic. It means we're hitting a lot of muscle right out of the gate. Pairing that with a shrug lets us get into our traps. Traps are another really big muscle in your shoulders. The traps and the deltoids are kind of the big guys. So grabbing those same dumbbells, soften your knees and tilt your hips forward a smidge. This is actually going to allow you to pull your shoulders up and back, not just up. A lot of people when they do shrugs, they go up and down, or they do circles. I want soft knees, hips back, and then elbows and shoulders go up and back, up and back. We'll turn so you guys can see, up and back. Not just a straight stand and a vertical shrug, but an up and back shrug. Getting into those traps, allowing the dumbbells to stretch. You could do something like this seated as well. But the key really with this shrug is to allow the shoulders to roll forward and to drive the elbows back. We'll do 2 sets of this before we move into our next couplet. Okay, so once you're through the first 2 exercises, and remember, those are bigger exercises that train bigger muscles and they use more weight. 3 sets of overhead press and 3 sets of shrugs is going to train your front delt, your lateral delt, your rear delt, and your traps. Moving into the next and final portion of the workout, we're going to, again, take advantage of doing multiple sequential sets, except this time, we're going to do something called a triset, which is exactly what it sounds like. 3 tri-sets. We're going to do 3 sets of 3 different exercises for each head of the deltoid. The first is going to be a dumbbell upright row, which I love to do for the front delts and the medial, or what many people call the lateral delt. We're going to do some raises, plain old lateral raises. I'll show you a few different ways to do them, and my favorite variation of the rear delt fly. We'll do all 3 of these in sequence. They're more isolated and they'll finish off your delts.
Taking a break from this episode to tell you a little bit about my coaching company, Core Coaching Method. More specifically, our app-based training. We partnered with Train Heroic to bring app-based training to you using the best technology and best user interface possible. You can join either my Home Heroes team, or you can train from home with bands and dumbbells, or Elite Physique, which is a female bodybuilding focused program where you can train at the gym with equipments designed specifically to help you develop strength as well as the glutes, hamstrings, quads, and back. I have more teams coming planned for a variety of different fitness levels. But what's cool about this is when you join these programs, you get programming that's updated every single week. The sets to do, the reps to do, exercise tutorials filmed by me with me and my team. So you'll get my exact coaching expertise as to how to perform the movement. It's a really cool training community, and you can try it completely free for 7 days. Can't wait to see you in the Core Coaching Collective, my app-based training community.
So the first exercise in this Triset is a dumbbell upright row. The key to doing these is to start light. Upright rows can be challenging on the shoulders for some, but really what I like to do is pretend I'm kind of sliding up and letting my dumbbells kind of zip up a pretend hoodie. I'm zipping up a pretend hoodie. The dumbbells are coming up high. My elbows don't break like they must bend, but I'm not curling. So I kind of lead with my elbows back and pull the dumbbells up. You'll feel this in the shoulders. For some of you, this might be challenging. If in fact that's the case, feel free to just do a front raise instead. The second piece of this Triset is going to be a lateral raise. Now, I like to do my lateral raises slightly towards the front, almost in the shape of a Y. You can also go out to the side, but we want to be somewhere in here. Okay, so we kind of want to be here or here. That's our second move, the lateral raise. Between the first two, we're getting all of this and all of that, which then leaves just the back side of the shoulder. And we'll hit that using a rear delt fly, which we will do in a seated position. So I want you to actually put your knees together or close together for this. Hinge over and allow the dumbbells to rest behind your heels. From there, if you have the mobility to just put your chest on your thighs, that works. You can also sit up a little, but you're doing a fly out to the side or out to the back a little. Obviously not out to the front, that'd be the front deltoid, but in and around this direction to hit the rear deltoid. So that's our trio. We're gonna do 2 sets of 12 to 15 of each of those exercises, and that will finish off our delts. All right, so there you have it. Those 5 moves done in that sequence should crush your shoulders. Now, let's break it down in a little more detail. Movement 1, the overhead shoulder press, is for the delts, the triceps, and the core. You're gonna superset that with a dumbbell shrug for 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Those 2 lifts train the most muscle, so go heavy on them. Even though this is a dumbbell only workout, I want you to push yourself. And if you can't go heavy because you're limited by the total weight of your dumbbells, do more repetitions. But do at least 3 sets of those 2 and try to clear 10 reps. On the second part of the workout, again, remember we have that Triset. Upright rows are gonna hit the front delt and the lateral delt. The lateral raises will hit the lateral delt, also called the medial delt, and the rear flies, which I've shown you again can be done bent over, are gonna hit that small posterior delt. Because these are isolation exercises, and we're really hitting our first 2 exercises hard, we're only gonna do 2 sets of each of these for about 12 to 15 reps. If you wanna keep coming back to this workout and making progressions over time, something you could do is always do 3 sets of the superset, and every week add a set to the Triset. For example, I always do 3 sets of presses and shrugs, but each week I come back to this workout, I do 2 sets of the Triset, the following week I do 3, the following week I do 4, and the final week I do 5. That would be a great way to take this video and progress it, even with limited equipment, to get more volume for your shoulders. But think about it like this: 6 sets of presses and shrugs paired with 3 loops of a 2-part Triset is going to total out to 12 sets. That's a lot of work if you're a novice to intermediate, which is who this kind of workout is for. So push yourself, be sure to warm up, progress properly, and tune back in as we go through each body part in this quick and efficient dumbbell only series. If you like guided workouts like this where you learn about the anatomy of your body, how it works, and how to train for progress regardless of whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced lifter, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, the notification bell to be alerted anytime new videos go live, and subscribe to the channel for more essentially free personal training.